Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm AlexTech, and today we shall be flashing Android 7.2 onto your Leagoo M8 Pro. Let's get started. Alright, so before we start with the tutorial, I would just want to give you a little disclaimer that you are proceeding doing this at your own risk. Your phone might get bricked or soft bricked and will thus not work. So with the disclaimer out of the way, let's start the tutorial. We're downloading 6 different, so the first part you would be downloading 6 different files. The first file obviously being the SP Flash tool, which is what we'll be using to flash the custom recovery onto your phone. The second will be the custom recovery, so TWRP is my choice. Clockworks is just too non-user friendly for me. Then we will be also downloading the root, the actual root package, so the zip file for the root to root it. We'll be then downloading the GApps, so Google applications, and the custom ROM, which will be a Resurrection Remix. And then also the drivers, so we can actually flash stuff on this without the computer doing with Bazooka or whatever. So let's head over to my computer and be showing you. Alright, so before we start downloading everything, I'm going to be clearing my desktop. I would recommend you doing this too if you're new to it. Otherwise, if you know what you're doing, just follow along. Otherwise, if you're new to this, just I'm going to clear my whole desktop. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a new folder. So new folder, naming it desktop, and then we're going to be highlighting everything like that. And we're just going to be dragging it in so it says move. As you can see, it says move to desktop. So here I'm just going to drag it over and it moves everything to desktop. I'm going to just so with this, drag it over, move to desktop. So now we have a little desktop and I'm just going to move it up there so it's out of the way and it's all good. Now we're going to also create another folder called Flash, which is where we're going to be storing everything. And yeah, so now head over to Google Chrome or your web browser. If you're using Google Chrome, I would like you to do this. Go up here to the 3 little bars, click settings. Up here in the search settings, type in download and go down here to downloads and see location and ask where to save each file. Here, ask where to save each file before downloading. If it's like that, I want you to turn it on so it's blue, so it's on. So see, it's on. Alright, once you've done that, you can new tab, close that, and we can start actually downloading everything. So first off, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be downloading the 6 files that we'll be needing. So I saved up here, but they're all I've saved all the links here. So 6 different links. They will be in the description for you, and they'll be named accordingly. So the first link you will find will be called SP Flash Tool. You click on the link next to it, which will bring you to this web page. Current video, and I would like you to just hit this Windows button here. This will download. Now this little this little save as thing will pop up. I want you to go and save it inside your Flash folder, which we created on the desktop. Just open up Flash and just click save. Once that's saved, once you've done that, you can go to the next link, which will be the MT6 USB VCOM drivers. They'll be just called drivers, and it will be just called drivers, and it'll bring you to this media file link. Click the download button here, and again save it in Flash, so desktop and Flash, and just save it there. Good. Now next up, what we want to do now is we want to go to the. All right, so. The next link underneath the USB drivers will be called recovery or TWR recovery. This will be what will allow us to flash everything. So it will bring you to this little web page. Just head over here to the download link. Just click on the download link. It will bring you to this yandisk.blah blah. Head over to the right and click this download button and just save it again into your Flash. Just until it. So again, save it into desktop and Flash. And just save it into your Flash. Save. Done. That'll be done. That does my phone. Alright. Next link will obviously. So now you can just close that. The next link underneath will obviously be the custom ROM, which we will be using Resurrection Remix. Should bring this web page here. just scroll down onto the download and just click the download link. You see this link, just go here to the right again and click download, hit the download button, and again desktop and flash, save inside your flash folder so everything's nice and neat, and hit the save button. Alright, now for the last step, it will be the gaps. So the next will be gaps, and you'll bring you over to this opengaps.org. Now what I would like you to do exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so on the platform, make sure you're choosing ARM. On the Android, choose 7.1, and on the variant, choose Nano. Alright, you may be wondering what GApps is. GApps is the Google application basically. So you get Google, not Pixel, you get Google, you also get the Pixel launcher. It's basically Google. Everything that you get with the phone, for example, the Google Play Store and Google itself, this is, if you download the custom recovery by itself, you will not get you will not get Google. When you download the GApps, you will get Google. So you won't have, if you don't download GApps, you won't have Google Play Store, therefore you won't be able to install apps. So without further ado, just make sure you selected ARM, 7.1, and then Nano, and click this button here. It will load the web page, and it would open up again. So desktop, flash, and save. Okay, so now just let everything download. So 3 bars here. So now I want you to go to the 3 bars and downloads, also Control J. Close the gaps here, and just let everything download here. Alright, so 3 out of 2 has finished downloading. So let it download, and then I'll be right back. Alright, now that everything's downloaded, we need to go ahead and download another application, also known as WinRAR. So just head over to a new tab and type in WinRAR. Alright, now go to first download, winrar.com/download, and head over to your E32-bit or 64-bit. Now you may be wondering, how do I find out if mine's a 32-bit or a 64-bit computer? Well, head over to your start button, go to computer, right click, properties, and head over to the system type. Next to system type, it will either tell you if you've got a X, if you've got a 86 or 32 or 64-bit. So if this is 32-bit, download the 32-bit. If this is 64-bit, download the 64-bit. So since I have a 64-bit computer, I'm going to download the 64-bit. Save it into my flash. Wait for it to download. Run it. Yes. Install. And OK. And then done. And close this. So now we have WinRAR on our computer. So now close Chrome. Close the system. And head over to your flash. Inside flash, we will also have all our files. We can get rid of WinRAR since we won't need it anymore. So just right click on WinRAR and delete. Yes. And now head over to your SP_flash tool. Just open that up. This will come up. Just click OK. And extract. So just click on it and drag. That little plus will come up and drag inside flash. And now we'll get this new folder. Right click it and rename it to flash tool just for simplicity. You can now close the WinRAR zip file. Head over to your MT65X6 USB VCOM drivers. Open that up. Extract. So just click and drag this into flash. Close the WinRAR and right click and rename this to just drivers. Okay. So now, since we've already extracted the drivers and flash tool, we can go ahead and delete the SP flash tool. So just right click and delete. It will not be doing this. And the MT65 USB VCOM drivers. Right click and delete. Press OK. Yes. Head over to your drivers now. And go here into install-driver.exe. Run it. Accept the user account. So click yes. And let it install. So now it will say install USB driver for Microsoft Windows or whatever you have. It will say successfully and just click exit. Now head over to your, if this pops up, just click cancel. Okay, so now that we've extracted Flash tool and renamed it, open up the Flash tool and head over to the .exe, and this should pop up. If this all works out fine, if the program opens, perfect. Close it, hit back, hit in, and head over to the twrp 3.1.zip. Right, open it up and extract it, and now we have twrp. So just right click it, rename it, and rename it to recovery. To recovery. Okay, open it up, and this will be here. So open that up and extract it. Cut that. So right click and cut into the flash here, and delete recovery. And also don't forget to close this. Alright, now that we have this, you have the Android scatter.exe and the recovery image. So this, just right click it and rename it to recovery. Okay, perfect, well done. If you were able to get to here, sorry, never mind. Delete twrp and delete it, and that's it. Well done, you've completed part 1. So now we'll head over to part 2 and we'll start flashing our phone. Please make sure that your phone has a minimum of 80% of battery on it before you continue the next step, as it is very important that you have battery, because if something goes wrong and the battery dies, well, you're pretty much screwed. So just make sure your phones are charged or is charging. Alright, so now we'll head over to part 2 and I'll guide you through it. Okay, so so now where's the camera? Oh, there we go. Alright, so we've completed part 1. We've installed Alright, so now we've completed part 1 and we can progress on to part 2. Now part 2 will be Alright, now for part 4. Alright, now we completed part 1 and now we can yeah. Okay, perfect. So now we completed part 1. Now we'll go on to part 2, where now we'll be flashing everything onto the phone. So we'll be flashing the recovery using SD flash. And then once you're inside the recovery, we'll copy over the ROM and we'll install the Android operating system. And then hopefully, if everything goes right, you will have Android 7.2. So yeah, let's go. So as you may see now, I've hooked up a second camera and I got my phone, and also still got the computer still loaded up. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to plug in a micro USB cable into our computer, and then we're going to plug it into our phone. Alright, let's plug it in. Alright, so this will then happen. So just open up your phone. I was going to pass on mine, I don't care. Now scroll down from the top on your phone and see where it says USB charging from this device. Click on that and change it to transfer files. Once you've done that, just leave your phone and go back to your computer. Alright, so now you get this autoplay M8 Pro. So just open the device to view files, and you will be greeted with the internal shared memory, in shared storage, sorry. So just head over to that and just leave that aside now. Now go to your flash folder where you got everything stored in, and copy over your remaining zip, so the M8 Pro unofficial this zip, and the open gaps. Alright, so just rename this unofficial, so just this bunch of gunk here. Right click it and rename it to Android 7.2. And this open gaps arm, just rename it to gaps. Alright, alright. So once you've renamed both files to gaps and Android 7.2, highlight them both and right click and copy, and head over to your internal shared memory of your phone and head it over to the download. So just open up download and right click and paste it in there. Now this will download, so just let it copy. Just let it copy, and yeah, just let it copy. Okay, so once it's finished copying, just unplug your phone. It will close down the window and head back over to your Flash tool. Go down and open flash_tool.exe, and then this will open like we did before. Okay, so now leave that and go back to your phone. Power it off, so just hold the button and power it off. So power off. Power it off, so make sure it's off. Okay, so once it's completely off, just turn it over and remove the back cover. Now I've got a vinyl. I've applied a custom vinyl. As you can see, I've done it myself. So I applied a vinyl. So just take your back cover off. Alright, so just take your back cover off. Lay your phone flat. Put your cover somewhere safe. Take out the battery. I know this sounds all weird and stupid. Just take out your battery. Alright, and just leave your phone there now. Let's turn it over and just leave your phone there. Okay, now go back to the SP Flash tool and click on, you see where it says scatter loading file? Click on this folder and then scatter loading, click on that. It will then open our Flash tools. So just go again into our desktop, Flash, and now go over into your recovery folder. So recovery. And select the Android scatter.txt file. It should be a txt file. Just select it and click open. Alright, so once that's done, make sure that everything is unticked except for recovery. So as you may see, nothing's ticked except for recovery. Now head over to just on the location, you see what this says, double click on that and load up the recovery.image. So just open. Alright, so make sure you've done that. So make sure that recovery is the only thing ticked. And then click the download. So just click download. It will do this. Then plug your phone in. Alright, then plug your phone in. So plug your phone in like that. And then, as you may see, it says download DA, download Flash. And then if everything's gone right, it will tell you download OK. So now just close out of it. Just close out of Flash tool. And now put your phone back. Now take out the micro SD. Remember that. Put your battery back inside your phone. Put the back cover back on. All right. Make sure everything's clipped up and nice. All right. So now we've gone ahead and flashed the custom recovery onto our phone. What we'll do now is boot into the custom recovery. Install Android and then install the GApps, and yeah, we should be all good to go. So let's go. Okay, now that we've successfully installed the custom recovery onto our phone using SP Flash tools, well, what I want you guys to do to boot into the custom recovery is to hold down the up volume button and the power button together. Hold them there until the screen comes on with 3 options. I'll show you quickly here. Alright, so if done it correctly, this screen will pop up. It will say the select boot mode. It will say recovery, fast boot, or normal. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to, with using the volume up button, so volume up button, I want you guys to select, see, I want you guys to select the first option, which will be recovery mode. The down, do not use the down button or the power button, as these two mean okay. Do not use it. Only use the up button to select. So do not press the down button. So once the arrow is pointing at recovery mode, press the down volume button. So down volume button, and the Leagoo will appear. So Leagoo. So if I've done it correctly, this will happen. So all you have to do is just wait for it to boot. Alright, cool, now we have... Alright, so if everything's done correct, you will have this. Now, don't be scared. This is obviously in Russian, I think. To change it, all you have to do is go into the 6th box. Sorry, so the 6th box here, this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one right here. Press on that. And then go up, go up into this world icon up here. So this icon, press that. and then just select your preferred language. I would prefer English just to stay with tutorial, so English. Select English and then press this button here. This button will then change it to English, and I will have install, wipe, backup, restore, mount, settings, advanced, and reboot. If the recovery was automatically in English, well, you don't have to change it, obviously. So now what we want to do now is we want to go into the install, go into down into SD card, right? And then go into our downloads. So download, which is where we save the 2 files. And now we'll have Android 7.2 and the gaps.zip. What I want you guys to do is select the Android 7.2 zip and just swipe to confirm flash. Just do that. Let it do. So just flash it. So drag it along, and then it will do this thing. Let it do. Make sure that your battery is over 80% and that it is plugged in. I obviously don't have my phone plugged in because I'm an idiot, but just make sure your phone's plugged in or pretty high percentage of battery. I'm gonna go ahead and plug mine in now. Alright, so now if the screen does go off, don't worry about it. Just press the power button and just swipe to unlock, and it will continue to its thing. So I've plugged my phone in now. I will recommend you do the same thing. And just wait for it to flash, pretty much. Alright, now if it does come with this thing saying unable to mount storage, don't worry, it's nothing important. As long as it says install zip successful, you should be all good to go. Now just press this little triangle back and select the gaps.zip. So just press that and swipe this to flash. Don't select any options, just swipe confirm to flash. Now just do install zip check file blah blah, just let flash. Okay, so again, if it does say unable to mount storage, don't worry about that. Now, last step before we reboot our phone, I want you to select this wipe cache / dalvik option. Just press that and just swipe to wipe. Once that's done, they will just say those things. And now all you have to do is just press reboot system and let it reboot. Now, on the first time that you flashed it, once it's rebooted, once you press reboot, this will take maybe 10 minutes. It might even take 10 minutes or 20 minutes to reboot. That's because Android is configuring all the drivers or this and that and just wants to make sure that everything's working correctly. So this will take a long time to boot. So just let it boot. So just let your phone boot. Don't touch it, don't do anything to it. Leave it plugged into the wall. And other than that, well done. You were able to flash Android 7.2 and the Google applications. Also, you have a custom recovery now, so you can flash X to Z modules. You can route it automatically onto the phone now using Magisk. So everything is good. So now my phone's just booted up, and yeah, so now I'll just go ahead and just play around with my phone and see what options I can get. I will be making a review on the phone with this ROM on it, as ROMs don't really matter that much. So yeah, anyway, thanks for having watched. If this video did sure help you, please make sure to leave a subscribe and a like, and a comment if it worked for you. Other than that, I will catch you in the next one. I'm AlexTech, and thank you for having watched my video. Catch you in the next one.